Hello again, this is Sports Betting Whale on Thursday, March 23rd, 2017. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on the YouTube channel. Please visit us at thewhalepicks.com to learn more about my successful track record in betting sports and using the round robin system to actually go from as little as $300, but on average about $1,000, up to hundreds of thousands of dollars, and sometimes extending the streaks into the millions. I've won millions and tens of millions of dollars over the last 25, 30 years using the same systems I'm telling you how to use and showing you how to use. It's going to be very gratifying for me, for hopefully thousands of people all over the world, to be winning and experiencing what I've experienced at some level in the past, and plan on experiencing it again here myself as we go beat the bookmakers around the world together. Okay, yesterday we had a round robin by threes in college. I predicted that we had a 50-50 chance of hitting all four, 80% chance we'd hit at least three. We did hit three, and boy, the fourth one would have been nice, because the multiplier effect on the round robins is something that I've been talking about a lot, but I really want everyone to understand, because as we go into baseball season, you're going to see returns on investment that are just unheard of using this system. Yesterday, if all four would have hit, an 8-unit play would have returned 56 units for a 48-unit profit. That's a fantastic profit for one group hitting. We had another group that hit 2 out of 3, another one where we won the first one but lost the next two. Not happy with the Sacramento pick last night. That's the one I regret. The reason I took Sacramento was that Milwaukee was not rested at all, and they were off a road win going on to another road game against a rested team. But as I've mentioned before, Sacramento, they're not that competitive right now. It was a great spot for a team in that situation, but not Sacramento. So you can knock me over the head on that one. I won't be taking Sacramento again the rest of this year under any circumstances. And I apologize for putting us on a nice trend, but the wrong team. Okay. So today, I'm going to answer some questions and then go over the games and give you a little detail as to why I'm taking the games that I am. I'm going to be including that into the feature now, and also maybe throwing a little more fun stuff into this. And if someone wants to shout out, like right now, shout out to Steve on his 60th birthday. Congratulations. I hope you have many, many more. All right, so here's some questions coming in today. What is the minimum bankroll a person needs to have in order to use your round robin system? I've started with as little as $300, but I had the ability to replenish it. I've taken $300 and run it up to really ridiculous amounts, but that 300 I caught a hot streak. So you never know when the big hot streaks are coming, so you just keep in play with small amounts until they come, and then at that point we're going to replace anything that we've got in, plus double or triple, put it away, and play on house money. That's where we're going to be. That's where I am. That's where I always want to be. And when I'm not playing on house money, I play very small. I play $1,000 seed capital that I can replenish. And in times when I was younger, back in my early 20s, and I wasn't able to replenish, I was betting $10 and $20 away round robins to start with until I got hot, and then I would drive it up from there. And I've even tested it in the last year, showing people how you can start with $500 and run it up to big amounts. Not that I needed to start with such a low amount, but it was fun to show how the system works, even with starting with such a small amount. To answer your question, again, whatever amount you can replenish, you can use the 8% of the total amount of whatever that amount is at the beginning of the day on each round robin. Until we get hot, we're going to take a higher percentage. If you can't replenish it, you're going to divide what amount you can put into a pool by 5, and that 1/5 number, the 20% of the bankroll number, becomes your working number that you apply the same percentages. Simple math. Again, let's go to a $500 bankroll you can't replenish. You're going to take $100 and you're going to say, okay, when the whale recommends an 8% play, an 8-unit play, that would be a total of $8. So it wouldn't be 8% of the 500, it's 8% of the 100. Again, if you can replenish it, you can be more aggressive. If you can't, you have to be way more conservative until we get ahead. Then you can get aggressive. That's how this system is going to make it where really there's not much downside. We're going to minimize the downside and maximize the upside on this. Here's a personal letter to the whale. Dear Mr. Whale, I'm receiving your selections now for a month, and as you know, you are currently riding on a cold streak. But guess what? If you and your story is real and not just marketing trick to get customers, I'm 101% with you and trust you all the time. I'm already over 5 years in the sports betting business, and we both know one of the most important keys to being successful is patience. Yes, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You can have your bad running streaks now for a month, but how about the over 11 months of the year? You will be nailing the bookies like you did it multiple times ago. Yes, most of us guys would leave you after 1 month and never invest again any dollar in your selection. That's the difference. They don't see the whole picture. That's why only 2% will be successful long-term sports investors. I will go with you as long as you are willing to share your selections and proof of the real power of your picks finally. Regards, Paul. Paul, thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. And you know, it is not fun. It's very disappointing. More disappointing actually when you're not winning than even when I'm not winning, because I understand how this process works, and I am patient, and I know the law of numbers and history works in our favor, and that one streak will be 50 times whatever a bad streak is. So I'm happy with that math all day long. You can go ahead and lose a little bit in a cold streak, win 50 times more on a hot streak, you're way up. But people who haven't experienced that yet, Paul, it does require some faith and some patience. And this certainly is not a gimmick in any way, shape, or form. You see I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and we've got a guarantee against these selections. So this is not even close to a gimmick. I'm only doing it so that we can win together and have a much more financially successful life, using sports betting as one of the methods to make money. And this is a great way to make money, and it's a fun way if you like sports too. I'm certainly a big baseball fan. I really look forward to winning and enjoying the games coming up in baseball soon. Today, we're taking a total of 6 teams. Last night, if I would have taken the first halves on these games, you saw what happened. We would have crushed them. I actually got a little too conservative. It's not my style to do that, but I'm cautious because of the fact that other people are taking these, and I didn't take the first halves like I've been doing, and I think we would hit 5 out of 6 or something like that on the first halves had we done it. So I'm going to go back to what works for me and just make sure you all understand you're taking a small percentage of what you can afford to put into a risk pool, knowing that the history will kick in, the patterns will kick in, and you'll make a lot of money when we go on a streak, and you really comparatively will lose a small amount when we're cold. So today we're going to take 6 teams for the game and for the first halves. Here's the proof that I put my money where my mouth is. Here's today's selections. We've got about $8,000 on the same game, and again, I'm not interested in losing money. I'm only interested in winning money, and I'm interested in winning money with you. And so here again is the continual proof that I put my hard-earned money where my mouth is. I'm not just giving you selections and not taking them myself like a lot of other people do. So always keep that in mind. I'm with you every step of the way, win, lose, or draw. The first group in NBA, 802 Miami Heat under. So we're taking the Heat under, we're taking the Dallas Mavericks 806, and we're taking Portland 810. We're also taking the first half, so that'd be 1802 under on Miami, first half, 1806 under, 1806 Dallas on the side, and 1810 Portland on the first half side, all first half plays. These are going to be 2 units each for a total of 8, which is going to be the standard amount we're taking on 2s and 3s until we get hot, and then we'll increase it. In the college tonight, in the big dance, we're going to take 812 Kansas -5. Again, the numbers you get on the email are the official numbers. These are just numbers at the time of the video. 816 Gonzaga -3.5, and 818 Arizona -7.5. We'll also be taking the first half's 18-12 Kansas, 18-16 Gonzaga, and 18-18 Arizona. I have, as you know, been taking and predicting that Gonzaga, Kansas, and Arizona would be teams that would dominate through the tournament. I've been following them and like their coaches. I like their team chemistry. I like the talent on the teams. And I think that Kansas is, Gonzaga and Arizona are teams that could go all the way. So I recommend taking them here. I'm not worried about the points. I consider 5, 3.5, and 7.5 what I call cover numbers. A cover number is a number that you can cover late, even if you're tied or only a little bit up because of the heavy propensity for fouling at the end of these kind of games. There's a good chance that you can easily cover these numbers. They're all cover numbers in my opinion, and I don't expect them to be that close. Okay, why am I taking the under on the Heat? As you know, the Heat are hot right now. They're on a 23-6 straight up streak and 24-5 against the spread. But there's key injuries on both sides, plus the Toronto does not have Ibaka. He's out for suspension on a fight. He's a one-game suspension. So you've got multiple injuries on key offensive players, and again, you have a suspension of Ibaka. So the scoring components to both Toronto and Miami are missing for this game, and I expect there to be a lot of adjustments and trying to get the feel of not having those players on, and I'm hoping that they get off to a slow start and it becomes an easy under. Dallas Mavericks, they're off a blowout loss at home to Golden State, and the Clippers are off a blowout win against the Lakers. This is a strong trend to take in all sports, but you have to look at the teams individually to see, do they bounce after a blowout loss, and do they play better or they play worse after a key blowout win? Obviously, the Clippers love beating the Lakers. It's been a long-term rivalry, and they pummel them. So I feel like the Clippers are going to feel satisfied with how they played against the Lakers. They don't have an axe to grind. They're not coming in with any extra aggression or energy for this game. Where Dallas, on the other hand, that was a pretty embarrassing loss to Golden State. And anytime you've played sports, you follow sports, you know that when you lose and you lose badly, you want to get out there and get that winning feeling again. And if you win easily against a rival, it's party time. You're not feeling that much intensity. So this is going to be especially a good one for Dallas in the first half. I don't think the Clippers are going to be that excited about their start here. The Knicks are on a back-to-back off a hard-fought loss against the Utah Jazz last night. We had Utah. Utah came back and came very close to covering. Portland is off a home loss with rest. Why is that important? Well, the Knicks really aren't playing for anything, as you know. They're not a real competitive team. They're especially bad on the road this year. They're a bad cover team on the road. Hard-fought loss is a theory that I've tested and proven over many, many years. If a team that isn't expected to win is winning the entire game and loses at the end, it's actually very demoralizing. And you'll see the team will have very low energy coming into the next game because they just expended all that energy for nothing. It's one thing you get blown out from the gate. That gives you a different reaction emotionally than winning the whole way and losing at the end, which is what the Knicks just did. Portland's a good home team, as everyone knows. They've got tremendous home crowd support. It's a tough place for a road team to go into. The Knicks have no motivation for this game whatsoever. Portland's very motivated to win, and they're going to be wanting to bounce back after their home loss recently. So that's the reason I'm taking Portland, the reason I'm taking Dallas, and the reason that we're taking the under on the Miami Heat. Let me know, text me or email me if you want this kind of detailed analysis, if it's fun for you to know how I pick these games and how I'm going into baseball, all of the different statistics and emotional factors and trends and everything that comes into play in making these selections. I'll go into as much detail as you want. There's a tremendous amount of thought process and also some tremendous amount of instinct that goes into the selections. And when I get hot, it's almost like I get into a zone. Sports players talk about feeling it and You know, in baseball, when a player is pitching the no-hitter, nobody wants to talk to them because they're in the zone. When I get into a zone, it gets ridiculous. I mean, it's just to the point where I can almost feel and know what's going to happen. I know the trends, I know the teams, I know the pattern they're in. I can feel their energy level, and I ride it. I ride that wave for a lot of wins. And right now, it's been choppy, and I'm not zeroing in like I normally do, but no one is. It's been very, very unpredictable patterns lately in the basketball, but they always go back into patterns, and then when they do, watch out, because we're going to progress and we're going to accelerate, and you're going to win so much money. It's going to be quite enjoyable for all of you. So that's how we do it. Again, keep the amount small right now till we hit, and then we're going to progress. Thanks for listening. I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow, and I think these games are going to be a lot of fun. I really have a great feeling about them. We should win some tonight. We've got the first halves, we have the games, and also for those of you who are on the halftime service, I'll be giving you half times if the right situations occur, and they'll be emailed or texted to you depending on the service plan that you have. Thanks a lot. See you. Going forward, I'll continue to release all of my daily picks to you for free if you text me or subscribe to my mailing list. So make sure to text me or subscribe to my free mailing list so I can continue sending you all of my picks every day. I've made tens of millions of dollars betting on sports over the years, and now I'm finally breaking my secret so that you too can share in my success. All you have to do is either click on the link in the description of this video or send me a text message to my phone number at 702-462-1135. If you're texting me from outside the United States, add the +1, so it's +1 702-462-1135. I will begin texting and emailing you with all of my daily picks whenever they come up. Remember, subscribing to my mailing list is 100% free, no strings attached. And every day that you're not a subscriber to my free mailing list is another day that you may have missed out on one of my devastating winning runs. So be sure to click on the link in the description of this video or send me a text at 702-462-1135, or if you're outside of the United States, +1 702-462-1135 to join my mailing list today, 100% free. And you'll be the first to know when I release my killer picks every single day. Again, 100% free.